think the bar was over here, right? Yeah. Alright, so... I hate to do it, but I guess I'm going to change out Olbrick. Unless I change out Primrose and use Olbrick's first aid to heal. But... oh, this axe I stole is crazy strong. Let's, switch it up a little bit, take Olbrick out. What's the worst that could happen? Don't answer that, I already know the answer. And let's give you the warrior class. Oh man, look at her as a warrior. We can give you a crap sword and a kind of crap lance. Actually, can you... it's a little better. Then you can get the really strong axe. And a much better bow. And a much better shield. And maybe even a hasty helm. And some better armor. And some crazy accurate bracelet. And maybe an empowering ring so you don't die in 2 seconds. You probably will anyways. I like when you scroll over optimize with somebody, it shows you what it's going to equip. So you don't like click it and then realize your mistake. Alright, what do we got for you? I'm gonna have 2 hunters now. I don't really want any of these abilities, to be honest. Guess I'll take leg hold trap. Oop. All right. Been forever since we've seen this character. Basically, she just left town. And so Hannet set forth in search of Zanta. Her master, the closest thing to a father she had vanished while pursuing the baleful fiend Red-Eye, and the huntress had vowed to find him and bring him home. The dire wolf Hagen, Zanta's ever-faithful companion, had returned to their village, but alone. It was enough to make Hannet fear the worst. In the first and only letter he wrote before disappearing, Zanta had mentioned the town of Stoneguard. And so Hannet followed her master to the Highlands, but to what avail? Stoneguard, this is where master said he would sojourn. Well, Ogden, dost thou perceive his scent? Something about this place confuseth and trouble thee, but no matter. Thou hast done well to bringing us here. Now it is my turn to lead in the hunt. But this is a large and sprawling settlement, not like our forest home. Was that so loud? Now, child, thou needest not fear. We will ask in the people. Someone is bound to knoweth of master.
Well,
I am glad thou agreest. Now, where to begin in the search? The alehouse, of course. If master is known anywhere in this town, it would be there. Can we, like, lower the decibels on Lynn's voice acting by, like, 1,000?
Welcome.
What could I do for ye, lassie?
greetings.
A bowl of that broth, if thou wouldst, and answerin' me a question.
All right.
The broth is easy enough. As for answers, you'll have to ask the question before I can tell ye if I have any.
So then,
Knowest thou of a hunter named Zanta? I believe he sojourned here some moons ago. Aye, I know him, but I ain't seen him around for a spell now. Heard him taking a visit in a woman named Natalia. She's got a house on the edge, got an house on the edge of town.
so then,
Natalia, this name is unfamiliar to me. I thank ye thee, landlord. If you don't mind me prying, lassie, ye don't happen to be his prentice, do ye?
yes.
I am.
Ah,
I knew it. Used to talk about ye all the time, he did, when he was in his cups. Apprentice who's nothing like him, strict and straight as an arrow, no time for foolishness and folly, he'd say. Soon as ye mentioned his name, I reckon ye was one and the same, what with ye matching his description and all. I'll take that as a compliment. Yeah, will ye now?
Oh,
What is it, Ogden?
damn.
Something has happened. Come in, girl, we must follow in him.
This bodeth ill.
Why ever didst Hagen reactin' in such a manner? An astute question. If I may posit, Hagen is a species known as the direwolf, yes? It is said that a wolf's sense of smell is 100 million times more sensitive than that of man. Is that true? 100 million times? That seems a bit insane. And amongst wolves, direwolves have the most sensitive noses of all. Having said that, humans have, like, horrible smell. Like, our sense of smell is god-awful. One of the worst on the planet. We have to be, like, this close to something to smell it. I would posit that when he entered the city, he was overwhelmed by all the smells common to such a bustling center of activity. And yet, of all those odors, he would be most sensitive to those he is most familiar with, to wit. Hast thou a point? I was just getting there. To wit, he detected a certain scent, namely the scent belonging to Master, of course, though we must make in haste. Yes, precisely. Thou shouldst not lose in heart. I will listen into one of thy lectures after our job is done. I promise I'll listen to your lectures. Yeah, not only, like, 100 million times seems a little crazy, but to be fair, like I said, our sense of smell sucks. Not only, like, we can only smell things that are right in front of our face, but also, unless it's like a really strong smell, but also like we can't discern different smells at all. Like it just smells like one thing to us, whereas dogs and even like cats and a lot of animals can pick apart smells. And like, you know, a dog can smell something and pick it apart from 40 other smells he's smelling and track it. We have just like no understanding of how that even works. We just smell one thing. If there's two things that are emitting a smell, we just smell the combination of both, you know. Having said that, 100 million? That's a
Hoy.
Shoo, ye mangy beast! Go on, bugger off!
At your service.
My dearest Natalia, what a delightful coincidence. Fancy running into each other here.
How are you?
Aye, fancy that. I was just returning from the market.
It is an honor.
Ah, but what a burden you are shouldering. My dear, you must allow me to deliver it for you. That is, I'll have my man here do it naturally.
Nay.
I'm most honored, sir, but you needn't. Milady, I insist. I could not forgive myself if you were to strain a muscle. Meanwhile, Ogden's about to rip that dude's arm off. Upon my honor, his worship never gives up, does he?
Right.
Poor lass has caught the eye of a wrong sort. Bound to happen with her fair looks turning every man's head.
Not so.
He's a wolf draped in silks, and that soldier of his makes sure he don't fall afoul o' the husbands and fathers.
Oh.
There ain't no refusing him once he's got the scent. Remember the miller's daughter?
Oh ho!
So that's it, Hagen. Thou knowest this woman, and thou art trying to helpen her. Wise creature that thou art, thou seest that she is in trouble. And so thou wilt to scaring off the soldier.
So then,
Is that right, Hagen?
understood.
Then letting me help. We're about to watch a man's arm get ripped off. Were a fearsome beast to appear in before him, that soldier would flee in. A happenstance for which no one could be blamed. I think we could blame somebody, I'll be honest. The sheer nerve of that man. Thou canst saying that again. Consider yourself warned on it. Stay well clear of self-centered men. I have little experience with menfolk, aside from my master, of course. But thou hast experience in abundance, pray tellin' me of their ways. I suppose I know a thing or two. Alright, there are two kinds of men in this world. Oh, here we go. Those who devote themselves to their trade or calling and spare little thought of the fairer sex. And those that have no time at all for work, but plenty for pleasure. If that is my choice, I shall take neither. Why, Hanet? It would seem you don't need my counsel after all. Okay. Primrose talking to Hanet about men is pretty great. But is it not, like, rich coming from her? Being like, wow, that guy's trying to seduce that girl. What a jerk. Coming from Primrose?
Nay. Nay.
Little rich. I wasn't prepared for monsters.
Standest thou against me?
We might actually
Let
lose
me
this
hunt
horribly because we're low level.
Letting the hunt begin.
And I can only use these.
What next? Yeah!
trouble.
Letting my arrow fly and true.
I think we lose this quite handedly.
Coming, if thou darest. What next?
I'm gonna run out of animals. Howeth muchin caneth onth wooden chuckin chuckin ifeth anth wood chuckin couldeth chuckin woodeth. Yeah.
Letting my letting my arrow fly and true.
I think we're gonna lose.
Letting my arrow fly and true.
Unless he dies, like, right now.
Letting the hunt begin. What next?
Ouch. Uh-oh. Alright, we gotta kill him right now.
Holding back nothing.
No! That was so much damage! Alright, time to go... Watch how we say this. It's time to go... receive some experience points for Haunted. Isn't this area like level 30? She should get some big XP here. Dude, I gotta disable notifications for this McDonald's app. It told me the other day about the 50-cent double cheeseburger thing. So I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. The app like tells me when they got crazy stuff like that going on. I'll leave it on. Every day it's like, hey, Mickey D's. No.
I'm ready.
Nice. Not really a punishment. I had to stick with the same party for the most part. Like, I didn't have to, but there's 8 characters. I can only use so many. I can only use 4 at a time, and I have to use Therion all the time, so I really only have 3 slots to play with. Hanet's just the one I've used the least, because I took Ophelia on like 1 or 2 quests, so she's alright, and then I took Alphen on a quest too, to try to level him up. But I just haven't really used Hanet since the beginning, so yeah, she's pretty behind.
Letting my arrow fly.
2 slots because I can't get rid of Cyrus. Yeah, it's true. While playing a chapter, you really only have 2 slots, unless it's Hanet's chapter. You're right, you're right.
Never miss it.
I'm ready.
The Peacock Strut. Yeah, we got Therion who we have to use, whichever character we're currently doing the story for, and then we have to keep Cyrus because he's Cyrus. So really we only have one slot. And I pretty much picked a low-level character for most of them. Like, I picked Alphen and Ophelia for past ones. And Primrose before I started using her pretty much in my main party.
Saucer coming, if thou
That's not very nice. Alright. Not bad damage for being so behind. Oops. That was a horrifying sound.
I appreciate it, really.
I appreciate it.
letting my arrow fly and true.
I want to capture this guy. He's probably really good. But he's probably going to be really hard to capture.
Better than a snake.
I am ready. Bring about a miracle of healing. I am ready.
I am ready. How did you miss? I wonder if breaking makes it easier to capture. 16%? Easy? Oh.
Letting my arrow fly and true.
I am ready.
He has triple strike, which sounds really good. Nice 4 damage.
Over here.
Nice dodge. And Cyrus looks sweet with that sword.
Ghostly fire burns.
What next?
Still only 12%? Maybe I should have gotten that move that gives him 1 HP.
I am ready.
Maybe if I break him, it'll be more.
I am ready.
Max level capture, 31. Yeah!
The hunt ends.
So she almost got enough XP to go up a level just from that fight. Almost. This looks kind of funny. With all our characters. Added to the Pokédex. It is kind of fun capturing, like, I didn't like the whole capturing creatures thing. I thought it was just kind of a bit of a waste because everyone else just has abilities they can use. I mean, she does too, but you know, there's plenty of abilities to use. I don't really need the creature abilities. But when you have to win a provoke fight, it's kind of cool because I'm like capturing the creatures and then I'm going to use them in the provoke fight. So I actually have like a specific task I need to use them for. It's cool because like at the beginning of the game it's cool because you can capture like a dagger, a sword, a bow, and have like every type of damage on Haunted. But now that I have a full party and they all have double classes, I don't really worry as much about that. Like everybody has a ton of stuff they can use. So it's not as useful now, but back at the beginning of the game it was really cool to just have like 6 different elements on one character.
What next? Yeah.
Only 10%.
Yeah. Never missing.
What is the logical course of
Oh, he actually silenced my mage. That was a pro play.
What's this now?
I am ready. Bring about a miracle of healing.
Over here!
Letting the hunt begin.
8%.
Better than a snare.
I am ready. Oh, sacred light.
Coming, if thou coming.
And at max, Andy's broken, Andy's yellow health, I only have 33%.
Never
I think it's just because she's so low level,
What's this now?
and these guys are high level.
What's this now? Out of my way.
I don't know if that silence is ever going to go away or not.
I am ready. Let yourself be healed.
Alright, 50%. Double attack all. Wow. Moves are starting to get, like, really good.
Out of my way. Let's do this.
I am ready.
Oh good, my silence finally went away. The Peacock Strut.
The peacock strut.
Interesting dilemma.
I'm probably gonna end up killing him if I charge. And I killed him anyways. Cyrus is too
Letting
strong.
the hunt begin.
This guy's still at white health.
Never missing.
Never missing.
What is the logical course of action? I boast nothing will quiet the storm.
I may have done too much damage.
You should have studied harder.
I may have sent him to the Shadow Realm. The Ferret Fandango. Did we fight the ferrets here, or was that the last screen? No, that was over here, I think. After we got out of the Tomb of Kings. They might be here, but...
May I have this now?
What do you know? So... Capturing one of these would be sweet. But also, how am I going to keep Haunted alive?
Never missing.
Because these things are going to obliterate her.
Out of my way.
Honestly, I don't think I can beat these things without Olberich.
I am ready. The mole.
The Mole Dance. I gave her some defense.
My turn.
The problem is, I think these only hit once. I can break that one.
Bring about a miracle of healing.
Letting the hunt begin.
Is there like any chance for me to even capture these things? With how low level Haunted is and how high level these things are, I don't know if I'm even gonna be able to capture them.
Interesting dilemma. Tempest of ice shall reign.
Wah. Man,
What next?
we do like 0 damage.
Never missing.
An interesting dilemma.
Like, Cyrus is the only one that deals any damage. The Peacock Strut.
The peacock struck.
I still have so much to learn.
Yeah. I mean, not much I can do when they both use Rampage. Like, can definitely save that. But if they both Rampage, there's nothing I can do. Alright, don't fight them.
I'll make this quick.
Okay, well there's only one. That's more doable. Especially if I shackle him.
am ready.
The Peacock Strut.
The peacock strut.
What is the logic?
Come in, if thou darest.
I am ready. Let yourself be healed.
Now, what next?
Out of my
Alright,
way.
let's take these guys out.
Letting my arrow fly in truth.
I am ready. Let yourself be healed.
I hope that guy in the back isn't really strong, because I haven't actually seen him yet. The mountain goat. He's red health.
Come in.
Should be able to capture him.
Holding back nothing.
100%.
Holding back nothing.
Mighty lunge.
What is the logical course of action?
Now, I don't know. Okay, Cyrus. Peacock Strut.
What's yours? Not mine.
Did not expect that damage.
What is the logical course of action?
I forget what I was saying. No! Put Hana to sleep. How could you?
Let yourself be healed.
Like a million turns, too.
An interesting dilemma. I think not.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say.
I am ready.
I don't know how much Hanit's level affects how good her summons are. So, like, can I capture a really strong summon and then do, like, massive damage without being a high level? Or is it, you
No,
know,
you don't.
does it scale? I think it scales. From what I saw earlier,
Logical course of action.
like when we first had her and we were leveling up a ton, it seemed like every time I leveled up, my summons got stronger. So I think it scaled. Oh, what? Are you serious? How do you even put her back to sleep?
What is the logical course of action?
Out of my way. No, you don't.
Letting holding back nothing.
9%? How is it 9%? He's almost dead. Can you not? Can you not do that?
In Alfred's name, be saved.
What if you just don't? Mighty Charge All. I guess that's why it's so hard to capture him.
My turn.
Or maybe he just still has a lot of health.
Bring about a miracle of healing.
What is the logical
Over here.
Nice dodge.
I am ready.
now?
What about now?
Letting my arrow fly in truth.
12%.
What next?
mean, maybe he still has a lot of health.
I am ready.
Or not.
The show is over.
Alright, we just gotta focus on leveling her up. Then these captures will be easier. I am going to save after most battles now, though. Because the weasels be lurking. The weasels be a-lurkin'. I don't actually have to save, I can just walk in and out. Not get an autosave, but... So, going back to the discussion we had a long time ago about, like, my wife's experience with this game, I kind of wanted to see, like, because she had said that she ran into, like, a trap where she was way under-leveled and didn't really understand what she did wrong. But she was just like suddenly getting obliterated by everything. And she doesn't really play RPGs, so she's not really familiar with the idea of like having higher leveled areas around that you're not supposed to go to yet. And, you know, I'm starting to get a clearer picture as to how a first-time RPG player could get really confused playing this game.
The peacock struck.
I don't think it's necessarily like super beginner unfriendly. But I do think there's a lot of scenarios where you could run into a problem just because you're forced to use characters. And I think this is probably a pretty good example here of like, if she had not used Haunted the whole game and then were forced to use Haunted and forced to do this, like, provoke thing, like, she might not realize that she needs to level up Haunted and might just kind of think, like, oh, I'm just bad at RPGs, like, I'm just bad at games, because obviously it's just one guard guy and like I can't even beat this one guard guy, you know what I mean? Like, I could see where you'd get kind of confused as to why this random guard is so hard to defeat. Does that make the game beginner unfriendly? I don't know. I think in a way it is kind of, but not to the degree of like Dark Souls or something where the game just enjoys punishing you. I don't think the game... I think maybe that's like... You could maybe even point that as to a bit of a negative of this game. Because I don't think it wants to be punishing.
I am ready.
But to new players, it kind of is. It does tell you required levels, yeah. Do you think that's something that a new player would, like, easily understand? Like, is it my wife's fault for not noticing that?
I appreciate it. Really. Now, what next?
If that's even what happened, because I don't even know. But, you know, if she ran into this mission with a level 10 Haunted, failed, and then was like, wow, game sucks, or I suck, like, is that her fault or the game's fault? That's kind of where I'm at too. I'm like, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to put myself in the shoes of a truly new player. Like, you know what I mean? I've been playing RPGs since I was 7. Like, it's a bit hard for me to truly put myself in the mind of like someone that's never played an RPG.
What's yours and mine? What is the logical course of action? All light, smite them down.
I am ready. Let yourself be healed.
I don't know.
What next? Yeah! Letting the hunt begin.
I feel like a couple of years ago, I probably would have said like, yeah, that's the player's fault. Like 100%. I would have just been like, yeah, the game tells you what level you're supposed to be. If you're not that level, then that's your fault. And in a way, I still feel that way, but I think watching my kids play games has kind of given me a new perspective as well. It's funny how many things I take for granted when playing a game, and then I like watch my boys play a game, and it's like, wow, I never would have even thought they would have had a problem with that, you know? I never would have even thought of that until I watched them have an issue with it. And there's many things that like the game outright tells you that they still don't really understand. Or the game does a really good job of like showing them
Let yourself be healed.
through example what to do, and they just don't pick it up.
What next?
And that makes more sense because they're kids.
I am ready.
But they're getting better with controllers. My youngest still like has a hard time holding the controller the right way. My oldest is finally getting better at it. For the longest time, he just like pincered the analog stick. But you know what like makes me really laugh? And I've said this on stream before. But
Come in, if thou.
I always saw the Wii as like a kid's console. Like it's the family console. The console that everyone points to is to like the, oh, this console's for like the family, this console's for kids. Has a bunch of kids games on it. It's got stuff that's like easy for them to understand. Bro, the Wii is like the worst kid console. I genuinely hate the Wii so much for like trying to get my kids to play it. It's miserable. Like they have such a hard time pointing at the screen. They just don't get it. Like they're like this and they're like, I don't. And even when I do it, I tend to struggle because the Wii just sucks. But then like the controller, they don't know how to hold it because it doesn't have like handles like this, you know? It's just a rectangle. So they're like, how do I, they're holding it upside down. Like when they hold it sideways, they just drop it all the time. Like they don't know which button they should press. It feels like a remote control. So they're like constantly pressing, like trying to use it as if it's a remote control. the games are very often unintuitive, and you have to read a lot of text to understand, like, you know, like you throw in, we have like My Sims, and everything is just a giant text box. Everything is like, hold the controller this way and swing it this way, and you know, they don't do a lot of like visual. You would think they would have like a lot of visual directions. So like, you know, a direction thing pops up with a person holding the controller going like this, and then the kids can watch that and be like, okay, I get it. But no, it's like all giant boxes of text. It's like, how are my kids supposed to figure this out? Even if they can read. You know, my oldest is getting to the point where he can start to read, but it's still like, how are they gonna get this? Just have a picture of a character swinging the thing, you know? And I think like Wii Sports and stuff does that, which is why I'm excited to try Wii Sports. But every other game we've tried, we have some like terrible shovelware. I have some like shovelware monster truck racing game. I'm like, oh, this will be easy for the kids to play. It's probably like uber simple. It's probably just to hold the controller and turn it. No, it's like this whole paragraph of like, oh, press this for the boost, and you gotta turn it this way with blah, blah, and they're like, I don't get this. It's terrible. Even just starting the game is hard, because it's got like that whole screen, and you have to point at the game and hit it, and then point it, start and hit it. I always have to start the game for him, because I don't know how to start the game. Like, I genuinely think that the original NES is better for kids. Like, just put in the thing, push power, and then they got two giant red buttons, you know? Like, it's so much easier for them to look at and be like, I understand how this works. It's like, man, all these years of you guys making kids games, and you like couldn't figure out how to make it simple for kids.
I am ready. Let yourself.
How's it going, Luminary?
Letting my arrow fly.
Unless it doesn't work, yeah. Alright, we got a full roster.
Thou didst fight with courage.
I will do my best to remember to call you Lumi and not Luminary. But forgive me if I forget. My kids can play modern games, but put them on Sonic or Mario and they're useless.
Out of my way.
I don't know what it is about tablets, but like, kids just get tablets. And I don't think it's just the fact that they're touchscreen. I mean, I'm sure that's probably part of it. But there's something about tablets where, like, I watch my son play complicated games on tablet. And, like, it didn't even take him long to figure it out, you know? Like, 2 times with it, and he's, like, got it figured out. He'll play, like, puzzle games. He'll play, like, there's a bunch of PBS games that have, like, multiple layers of... Like, there's a hamster game on the PBS app where you have to, like... There's, like, a obstacle course, and it's kind of like the old Incredible Machine, I think it was called, you know, the PC game where you had to like place the objects and then see if it works. It's like that. He has to place like a ramp and place like a bridge and then press play, and then the hamster goes and tries to make it to the end, and then if he doesn't make it to the end, you gotta replace everything. And like, he can do that. But then I put him on Mario, and it's like he can't jump. Like he jumps, like he sits there, and he can't figure out how to jump, and then I'm like, you press this one to jump. And then he does it once, and then he's lost until I tell him to do it again. You know what I mean? It's like, how do you not... But how do you do the hamster game? I don't understand.
Thus ends your lesson.
And he's like very surface level. With like he plays Mario 64. And he's gotten to the point where like, he knows how to jump. He knows like when he sees an enemy, he should try jumping on it. But that's like it. Like, no camera movement. No, like, understanding of how the game works. No understanding of, like, getting stars or going to levels or anything. Like, just very surface level. Like, see an enemy jump. Other than that, he's just running around. But then on the tablet, he's doing, like, very complicated things. My wife has an application she uses in her classroom. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but it's basically Pokemon but with math. So like you battle monsters and collect monsters and fight with the monsters, but all of it's math. So you have to like solve math problems to do everything. And he's like, he has played this to the point where he's doing like 2nd grade math when he's in 1st grade. And he's got a whole roster of monsters. And like, you know, like he's way more... He's not just surface level moving forward and doing the thing. Like he's collecting them, and I think you even like train them or beat them or something.
I'm ready.
It's like, why is there like such a gap between when he plays on the tablet, he like has a deeper understanding, but with video games, it's very surface level. Maybe he's not trying to get any deeper with the video games. Like maybe with the video games, he's just like, you know, it's fun to press buttons. So I just kind of want to press buttons, you know? Like maybe in his brain, the tablet is like a tool. Like it's like he does advanced, to him, advanced like math and science, and he watches shows that give him, you know, he watches a bunch of educational programs on it. And so like to him, that's like the think machine. Like he thinks when he's on that machine. And then when he's on the video game machines, it's like, oh, I just press buttons. I press buttons and Mario says funny things, you know. Like he's just not activating his brain as much with the video games because he doesn't think that's like part of it.
I'm ready.
I mean, I would say that he's grown up with video games as much as he's grown up with his tablet, but that's probably not true. Because they do like tablet stuff at school as well, and like, you know, the program that he has on his tablet, the one I was talking about with the Pokemon, that's on the PC at school. He like does it on the PC at school sometimes and then plays it on the tablet at home. And we even had like 1 or 2 tablet-esque toys for him when he was really young. We don't really like electronic toys very much. But we had like a leapfrog-esque thing that he would play on. We had a book, like a physical book that like talks to you and you put in like different stories and stuff. So like that was still physical, but it was kind of like a tablet thing. So yeah, you're probably right. He's probably just more used to tablet style things.
Now, what next?
and not as used to like controller to screen interactions.
Letting the hunt beginning. Come in, if thou darest.
I appreciate it. Really.
Whoa. That's a lot of damage.
So simple.
Interesting dilemma.
He, funnily enough, he's played Mario Odyssey 2 or 3 times. And when he's played it on the Switch in handheld mode. And he seems to do better with that as well. So, you know, that kind of makes sense. Even though it's still a controller, it's attached and it's like, you know, basically a tablet with buttons.